constantly trying to improve. But the only way you can improve stuff is by doing.
By doing it.
You just can't do it on the weekend.
Right.
You can't do it a couple hours. It's got to be your life.
You got to put work in.
You got to work in. You got to put your work in. And you can see the work. When you look at artwork, you can see the difference.
Right.
You can see when people put the work in.
Okay.
I've been viewing and trying to get involved a little bit, but this is my first attempt to get involved in the Milwaukee art scene.
Okay.
It's right here.
Yeah, I recommend that because you can really connect with some nice people, nice galleries.
Yeah.
So yeah, I wish you all the luck in your search to to make your name known in the city here.
Yeah.
So you just maybe have to just move here.
You may have to move here. But I'm not considering.
No, I'm just teasing.
Yeah, I know you're teasing, but hey, I just want to do art.
Yeah.
I just want to do it because it's in your soul, and you have to you have to pursue what's in your soul.
Yeah.
And hopefully everything will work out. If I get an opportunity to work with some other artists in Milwaukee, it's all good.
Right.
And
now, have you sold a lot of your pieces?
Well, I sold a few pieces as time went on. I have an exhibit in Green Bay. They have a gallery called the Art Garage in Green Bay. That's a gallery.
Okay.
And I have exhibited there, and I participated in some contests. When they have contests, art contests and that. And I also exhibit in Kimberly at that Richardson one.
Okay.
And so those are the two main areas where I've been exhibiting at.
Okay.
And at Richardson, they have these international exhibits all over the world.
Right.
And I find that's fascinating that you can compete with other artists. And so, and right now, I just want to work on my skill set. Even though I'm older, but like the old saying, if you practice, make perfect.
Right.
And you have to work at it.
Right.
Would
you say art is something that you always will have to work on your skill set?
Yes. You got to work at it, and you have to study it, and you have to look at other techniques. Basically, and you learn those from other artists, and you constantly have to work at it.
Right.
I mean, it's an everyday process.
Okay.
It ain't like the Weekend Warriors.
Right.
And, I mean, if you're gonna be a serious, you have to make your mind up. You're gonna be a serious artist or not.
Right.
If you're gonna be a serious artist, you got to do full force every day. Then you have to learn your crafts.
Okay.
You have to practice different mediums and find one that fits fits you. And once you find that medium, then you pursue it.
Okay. Now I asked you about the sale of your art.
Yeah.
So what is one thing that you hear that's common that you hear among the individuals that you sell your art to?
Well, I haven't sold a lot of artwork to individuals, but I have sold at the galleries.
Okay.
One of the common things that until you recognize the pricing, you got to be familiar with the pricing, and you need help with that. Sometimes the galleries will help you with that. Other artists who have sold stuff can give you some ideas what your price of your art should be.
Okay.
That's a big problem.
A common thing they make. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Now, with you being an educator, like you mentioned, with you being, being an artist for a long time, and now that you retired, you can focus on it a little bit more.
Right.
Have you done any mentoring to other artists in regards to because what you do here is a little different. You're very detailed in what you do. Yeah. So, is there any mentoring that you have ever done?
No, I have not did a lot of mentoring, but I have communicated with other artists. Other artists will give you, different techniques, especially when you have those drawing sessions. Okay. I told you about the studios drawing sessions.
Greenwood Park Gallery and Framing open for all of your art needs. Located at 4233 West Fond du Lac Avenue, open Mondays through Fridays, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., Saturdays, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Now featuring African American and contemporary artwork for local, national, and international artists. Your local shop for mask and statuettes, mud cloths, royal cloths, and salt lamps. Call 414-444-5166 or follow their Facebook, Greenwood Park Gallery and Framing, 4233 West Fond du Lac Avenue.
Other artists will tell you sometimes. You get somebody that you are friends with, and it will show you some other techniques and some other things that you can work on to improve them. That's what you have to do. A lot of times you can't see it. You're blind. You can't see your own mistakes.
Right.
You can't see it.
Okay.
It's like anything. But other person can see it. Other artists can see it, and they will show you. He said, "Well, maybe I can lighten this value up here. I either darken it here. I either go, you should, I either make this a little longer here, or shorter here." That's what other artists can do. They can show you some things. That's why. That's part of the mentoring. A mentor, and you saying, like young folks. That's what you're saying.
Young or old, but just anybody that's looking to.
Yes, that's possible. I could do that. I could do that. I could show them my technique.
Okay.
Because mine is constantly changing. I'm changing every time I draw. Sometimes I forget what I do.
Okay.
Oh my God, I forgot what I did. And I have to start all over again. That's why I'm always reading. I read art magazines and et cetera, trying to find a skill set that fits me. I either find somebody that do what I do.
Okay.
Either I do what they do.
Right.
And try to improve it. You're constantly trying to improve it. But the only way you can improve stuff is by doing.
By doing it.
Just can't do it on the weekend.
Right.
You can't do it a couple hours. It's got to be your life.
You got to put work in.
You got to work in. Got to put your work in. And you can see the work. When you look at artwork, you can see the difference.
Right.
You can see when people put the work in.
Okay. Now speaking of techniques, like this piece here, can you explain to the audience what type of materials you use to draw on, you used to draw with, and was this a live portrait? Describe a little bit, even the matting in the frame.
Okay. All right. This is a live picture. It took an hour and a half. This is a 14-year-old young girl. I came to this drawing session. I came late. I was the last one. And I had to go way in the corner. That's the only space that I had. The problem is when you go to these drawing sessions, you got to get there early, get your stuff set up. First come, first serve. Mm-hmm. So mine was late, so I got in the corner. But the lighting, they had a lighting set up, and the lighting, you can see it here. It was dark underneath the headset here. Mm-hmm. And the reflection was hitting off the top here. Hit her head here, and on her hair here, and a little reflection on the ear, and a little on her neck area here. And so this is all charcoal.
Okay.
Charcoal and charcoal pencil.
Charcoal and charcoal pencil.
Yes.
Okay.
And I got this particular paper here. I had to get a neutral paper. A lot of times when you draw, you try to find some. You want to. Actually, I cheated a little bit. This paper make you cheat a little bit because you got the neutral setting already. It's already gray, and it blends and it accent the charcoal here.
Okay.
And so that's what I was trying to do. And when I did this, I take it to there was a framing place in Green Bay. This person frames, and I'm not a connoisseur of frames. I always leave it up to the professional.
Okay.
And they always have ideas by looking at the artwork. They can tell you exactly what kind of frame they would go with this.
Right.
And they suggest this and this and that, and they came up with this, and I agreed to it. Mm-hmm. With this offset gray paper and this cream-colored mat here.
Right.
And then plus this dark miniature frame. It's not thick.
Right.
It's not thick. And the mat is thicker. It's like a 2.5-inch mat, maybe a 3-inch mat. And it works to pull the drawing together here.
Okay, now with this painting, once this painting was complete, did you put any type of coating on the charcoal or?
The rule of thumb, they want you to, you can spray a fixture or something, the whole, the charcoal together.
Right. The Artist Connection podcast was generated from many conversations with local artists around the lack of opportunity to showcase their talent. Here at Greenwood Park Gallery and Framing, we recognize our local talent and strive to connect artists with the community. Please enjoy this opportunity to hear from local artists and learn more about what inspires their work.
Greenwood Park Gallery and Framing specializes in custom framing, printing on canvas, and selling contemporary and African American art, all housed in our 3,000 square foot art gallery. We are centrally located in Milwaukee at 4233 West Fond du Lac Avenue. We recognize local artists and strive to connect local talent with the community. We're asking for your support. Contact us to find out how you can help sponsor the work we're doing to highlight local artists in our community.